the ray OL bisects SOP. If the measurement of SOL is 2x plus 1 and the measurement of SOP is 7x minus 19, then find the measures of angle SOP, angle SOL, and angle LOP. So first let's draw this diagram, because you guys aren't going to have this diagram on your paper. So looking at this, here's a dot, here's a vertex, here's a point, and then there's this point in the middle. So let's go ahead and label these. First of all, how I know that it looks like this, first we have an angle SOP. And so I would draw the SOP first. So here's SOP is this large angle. And then it says the ray OL bisects it. So L is inside of it. And it bisects it, which means that this angle right here is congruent to this angle right here, because bisect means cuts into two equal parts. So let's add the information that they have. So SOL, this part right here, this angle, is 2x plus 1. And then angle, which one is it? It says SOP. So SOP is the entire angle from here to here. They're saying that that entire angle is the 7x minus 19. Now, from here, I have to apply some information that I know. It says ray OL bisects SOP. So if this is 2x plus 1, then I need to know that this angle right here is also 2x plus 1. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that in right there. So I have 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1, and then the entire thing is 7x minus 19. So I'm going to do that same angle addition that I've been doing in questions 18 and 17, where I do the small plus the small equals the larger. So we have 2x plus 1 plus 2x plus 1, and that equals 7x minus 19. So we're going to combine like terms, and we're going to get 4x plus 2 is equal to 7x minus 19. And then I'm going to subtract the 4x from both sides, and I get 2 is equal to 3x minus 19. And then I'm going to add the 19 over. I'm running out of space. Let's see if I can fit it up here. And I'm going to get 21 is equal to 3x. Divide by 3 on both sides, I'm going to get 7 is equal to x. So that's really nice. Now that we have that, I'm going to plug that 7 equals x into each of these parts to figure out what each angle is. So the measurement of angle SOL is the 2x plus 1. So 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Oh, sorry, 7 times 7. Okay, so 2 times 7, excuse me. 2 times 7 is 14. 14 plus 1 is 15. So the measurement of angle SOL is 15 degrees. The measurement of LOP is also 15 degrees. Then the measurement of SOP, I could plug it into this expression that they gave us. So 7 times 7 is 49, and 49 minus 19 is 30. And this is great because 15 plus 30, 15 plus 15 is also 30. So we have that result as well. And that's it for that question. Okay, 21. P is a point on JK. Find JP, PK, and JK. In this one they give us a diagram, which is really nice. We have a line segment, and we're going to do the segment addition postulate, where we do the small plus small equals big, or part plus part equals the whole. So 3x minus 1 plus 13 equals 6x. So we're going to use our algebra skills, and so we have 3x plus 12 is equal to 6x. Subtract the 3x from both sides, and we're going to have 12 is equal to 3x. Divide by 3, and we're going to get x is equal to 4. Now, that is not our final answer. That's just helping us get to our answer. So we're going to plug x is equal to 4 into this so we can answer each part of this. So JP is this first little part. So 3 times 4 is 12, minus 1 is 11. So let's add that in there. JP is 11. We already know that PK is 13. And then we can add those together to figure out what the whole thing is, but we can also double check algebraically. We got x is equal to 4. 6 times 4 is indeed 24. And 11 plus 13 is 24 as well. So we know that works out. Some more segment addition postulate. Okay, so P is a point on HI. So I don't really know where P is, but I'm going to draw a line segment HI, and then I'm going to put P somewhere in between there. So that's kind of what I do, as I just kind of grab information that I have, and the picture might not be perfect, but it's going to help me illustrate the parts that I do know. So if HP is 3x, so HP is 3x right here, and HI, the whole thing, is 2x plus 4. Interesting. They're throwing us a curveball here. Let me kind of show. So that goes from here all the way over to here. Okay, so that whole thing. Ooh, and they do tell us, oh, I skipped that part. They tell us that PI is x. Okay, so we have the small, and we have the big. So we're going to do small plus small equals big. So we have 3x plus x equals 2x plus 4. So that's our expression. We did the small plus the small equals the big. So that gives us 4. Let me scoot over here a little bit. 4x equals 2x plus 4. So we can subtract the 2x from both sides. So then we get 2x is equal to 4. Divide by 2, and we will get x is equal to 2. Okay, so x is equal to 2. Now let's plug this in and figure out what each of these parts are. 3 times 2 is 6. So HP is 6. X was PI, and so that is just 2. And then HI, we could plug it into the expression just to double check. So plugging the 2 into the x, 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 plus 4 is 8. Double checking, these two added together also equal 8. Excuse me. Okay, next question. M is the midpoint on ON. Find OM, MN, and ON. So midpoint, that's saying that it's in the middle exactly. So I know that this segment is congruent to this segment. So this one is not the segment addition postulate. It's saying that this point right here is exactly in the middle, so these little parts are equal to each other. So my expression is going to be negative 2x is equal to negative 3x minus 2. Now I'm going to add 3x to both sides. I'm actually going to illustrate this for you because skipping this I think looks funny. It looks confusing to me. So negative 2x plus 3x just gives me x is equal to, and then obviously these simplify and you get negative 2. So x is negative 2. Knowing that, plugging it into these formulas right here, so OM, negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Negative 2 times negative 3 negative 3 times negative 2 is 6. 6 minus 2 is also 4, which is good. That was the point. And then all the way across, we can add those together, and we get that the entire segment ON is 8. Okay, now in 24, we have another midpoint question. It just didn't give us a picture, so we have to draw it. So M is the midpoint on PQ. So here's my pre-drawn segment already. And I'm going to label this P, and this one Q. And then they're telling me the one in the middle is M, and it's standing for the midpoint. Since it's the midpoint, I'm going to go ahead and mark these segments right here because they are going to be congruent, because midpoint means that the middle, it's in the middle and those two parts are equal. So now I'm going to label each part. Now it says PQ all the way across, I'm going to mark it down here, is 9x minus 5. So that's the entire thing. So let's Oh, I don't like that. Okay, 9x minus 5. There we go, it pops back up. Okay, and then MQ, just this part, is 3x plus 8. Now, if this part is 3x plus 8, this also has to be 3x plus 8 because they are the same thing. They are exactly equivalent because this is the midpoint. So these two segments right here are equal to each other. So if that's 3x plus 8, that one has to be 3x plus 8. Now we're going to add the small plus the small equals the large. So 3x plus 8 plus 3x plus 8 and equals 9x minus 5. Now there's a more efficient way to write that if you just want to multiply it by 2 and distribute. That would also be okay. I'm just writing it out for the sake of small plus small equals big. So 6x plus 16 is equal to 9x minus 5. I'm going to keep solving here. Subtract the 6x from both sides. I'm going to get 16 is equal to 3x minus 5. Adding the 5 over, I'm going to get 21 is equal to 3x. And then divide both sides by 3, and I'm going to get x is equal to 7. So x is equal to 7. And then we're going to plug it in to find the values of each of these. So PM is, this is a 7 right here, so 3 times 7 is 21. 21 plus 8 is 29. So PM is 29. MQ is also 29. And then that makes PQ, the entire thing, 58. Okay. Now we're talking a bunch about angles, all sorts of angles. This diagram has a lot of different options for a lot of these different questions. I'm going to try to name all of the options that you could have selected. You have to name at least 2 angles that apply. So, acute angles. There are plenty in this picture. Here's what I come up with. Angles AXB. Ooh. That's the YouTube link for the following video, or the previous video. Let me copy the angle measurement on this slide. Copy. And here we go. Angle, there we go. Angle AXB is one option. Another option is angle CXD. Another option is DXE. So anything that is less than 90. So this one, and this one over here. Okay, a right angle, we have 2 options. Angle BXC. And I know that because this one right here is 90, and this is the other one that makes up that straight line right here. Okay, so the one that has the box in it, that's the easiest one to identify, and that's angle CXE. Straight angles, there's 2 of them because I see 2 straight lines that go all the way through, and that would be angle AXD, it goes straight across, and also angle BXE. So those are straight lines that have arrows going in both directions, and I can have 3 letters to talk about them. Okay, obtuse angles. There's a couple of those too. We have angle AXE is obtuse, and we have angle BXD is another option. So BXD, this angle right there, and AXE, that angle right there, are both obtuse.